Right. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Simon. How are
Hi,
you?
Claire. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all good. Just as we said about you not having dogs coming in and barking,
Yeah.
other ones decided to come and say hello. I'm like, wait, don't ever work with kids and dogs, they
No,
say.
that's it. Kids and animals, isn't it? That's what they
Yeah,
say.
and
Yeah.
animals, yeah. So, Simon, you run an exam centre, don't you? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just
So,
going to let you explain
okay.
what you do.
Right. Okay. Let me explain a little bit about tutors and exams. So obviously, Claire, you and your wonderful tutors at National Tutors, you do the teaching bit.
Yes.
Now, whilst we're called tutors and exams, we don't tutor, we examine.
Yeah.
So we have examination centres. We have 9 of them across the country, in no particular order. We have Bolton, Doncaster, Birmingham, Coventry, St Neots, High Wycombe, Wimbledon, Romford, and Taunton. And what you can't see is me with my fingers counting up to 9 to make sure I don't forget anyone.
I
So we've
know.
got 9 centres, as you can see. So we've got one in the West Country, we've got 2 in London,
Yeah.
2 in the Midlands, 2 sort of around the M40 over towards the east, and 2 further north, one in the
Mm.
northwest and one in South
You're
Yorkshire. So a
you're well
geographical spread.
distributed.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Mm.
on top of that, something worth mentioning, before I get into what we offer, is we also work with 5 schools across the country to deliver A-level CPACs. So we work with Queen's College Taunton, in Taunton, Bolton School in Bolton. We also
Funny.
King Henry VIII in Coventry, and then SBU, which is on the south of the Thames,
Yeah.
and Sutton High School in Surrey. So again, a geographical spread
Yeah.
to offer A-level CPACs in biology, chemistry, and physics.
So that's
Um,
really handy when, if we, for us, with our home ed people, if they want to do biology A level
yeah,
or and chemistry, is it?
biology, chemistry, and physics. They're
And
the 3
physics,
we
yes. So
offer at
all
CPAC
the
at A-level.
sciences, and you
Yeah.
want to get that practical element
Yeah.
completed, you are the people to go to.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we offer about 95% of the exams that are out there. So we work alongside OCR, AQA, Welsh Board, Pearson Excel for both GCSEs and IGCSEs,
Yeah.
A levels and I levels with Pearson, and of course Cambridge with their IGCSEs and IA levels as well. So we offer the full suite, and we offer subjects including non-examined assessments and modern languages. I think at the moment we offer 28 languages from
Wow.
Arabic to Urdu, and those in between.
That's what I want on my website. I want, well, well, eventually have 28 languages. That'd be nice. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind doing having like Italian and Arabic and things like that. So
yeah.
that is eventually what I want.
Brilliant. And we also work alongside learning partners with regards to food prep and nutrition, art and design, really popular one. Music, again, another really popular one. So where you've got tutors out there who want to uh, send candidates to us where there is NEA coursework. We need to approve their credentials
Yeah.
as part of the due diligence. So we would involve our NEA team. But what I will do, Claire, is after the meeting this afternoon, I'll get an email across to you with the relevant links to our website
Yeah.
so that you can just, on top of this, because a lot of the information is in the website.
Yeah.
So
No, that's brilliant. We'll tag that into our post. And what I will do for us is have a maybe a specific page on our website with all your information. It's already in our
brilliant,
brochure that we send to people, all about
brilliant.
taking exams of your home ed. So you're already in the brochure, but I will put it on the website as well.
That's great. And then, of course, where to book. So on our website, the top right-hand side, it says book now. That's where you start. And the booking form is quite intuitive. So you go in there and you put all your details in,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll say, where do you want to sit? And you just choose your center.
Choose
And
it.
then what are you looking to sit, GCSE, etc. And then which series, and I'll come on to that in a minute, but
Yeah.
summer 25, and then which board, and then which
Mm-hmm.
subject, which code. So you need all the information to hand when you
Mm-hmm.
start to book, but you just follow the process through.
Yeah. And if
Um,
anyone is struggling trying to find that out, then I'm quite happy to help them
yeah,
if
brilliant,
they're on working with me at National Tutors.
brilliant,
So yeah,
excellent,
I can
fantastic.
point you in the right direction.
Direction. So deadline dates, really
Yes.
important. So entry
Really
deadline
important.
dates for summer 2025 is the 6th of February. Then you go to late fees. So you're a learning partner with National Tutors. So when your candidates book, or your candidates' parents, most probably they'll be the ones
Yeah,
paying the bill, no
yeah,
doubt. But when they do for GCSEs, IGCSEs, A levels, and IA levels, they get a 12.5% discount, 12.5% discount.
yeah.
But after deadline date, that disappears. We go to late
Oh,
fees, and then we go to high late fees.
yeah,
So what I would say is if you are going to sit in summer 2025, don't dawdle with getting the
no,
booking in, because why pay more for something after the 6th of February?
yeah.
So 6th of February,
I
really
always,
important.
I always say to like my, people that inquire, I say always look and find your exam centre first.
Yeah,
It's one of the first things you do. If you're going to do it privately in home, get your exam centre sorted, phone them, contact them, find out the exact date, how much, and so forth. So it doesn't matter if
absolutely.
it's in a year's time or whatever, but as long as you know what
Yeah.
what is expected of you, then you're ahead, ahead of
You're
the
ahead of the game, aren't you? Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And then, of course, the other deadline for us is access arrangements. Now, our deadline date is not the awarding organisation's deadline date. We have thousands of candidates that have access arrangements. So we have to
yeah,
cut our deadline to give us enough time to get
yeah,
everybody's information. So the deadline is when we have need to have all evidence to us. And for Cambridge, that's the 6th of January for modified papers for 2025 and
yeah.
the 13th of January for all evidence. And then for all JCQ exams, so that's all GCSEs and A levels, it's the 13th of January for modified papers and the 27th of January for all evidence. And again, I'll send you the link. All the
Yes,
deadline dates are on the website.
yes,
So access arrangements, we have our own access arrangements team. We're able to put in place where the evidence is appropriate for things like supervised rest breaks,
yeah,
extra time, reader scribes. It's stuff like that. We're able to facilitate with the right evidence. However, please also bear in mind that if you are looking for something like a single room, the odds are already, even for summer 25, they've already been taken because there's only a
right.
finite number.
This is
But
why
bear
it's
in mind,
important to,
yeah,
as soon as you get started on a course, to book it in straight away.
almost absolutely.
And what
Now,
evidence do they need to get that access?
right. So there's a whole load of information and a load of FAQs on the website. And
Yeah.
rather than getting involved in access arrangements, which is a very technical field, I'm not
Mm,
qualified. But there's also a contact details for our AA team if anyone's got any questions. But
that's a good
there's a
thing. Yeah.
whole page on the website dedicated to access arrangements. There's an
Mm,
FAQs for access arrangements. So there's a bulk of information that you'll find there to begin with, which will at
yeah.
least point you in the right direction.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
But
Yeah.
just as a
Because I
just
think
as a side
everyone's,
the thing,
yeah, everyone's quite
sorry,
specific, aren't they? And different with their needs. So you can't sort of generalize it.
absolutely. But for anything, what we would always be looking for is something like what's called a normal way of working. That's a really key part of it.
Okay.
And the access arrangements team can send an example,
Yeah.
a normal way of working. So there's also a couple of other things when we talk about accessing exams. So we've talked about our centres.
Yeah.
Now, again, we do offer home invigilation. You've got to be within a specific travelling distance of the centre
Okay.
because of start times. It's 45 minutes in busy traffic. It's not 45 minutes on a Sunday afternoon because, of course, all exams are either AM or PM. It's 45 minutes in
Yes.
busy traffic. It does come with an additional cost that's listed on
Yeah.
our fees because we have to send two invigilators. But if the requirements and the evidence is there and it's within the travelling time zones,
Yeah.
we can look at supporting a candidate with home
That's
invigilation.
amazing. That's really good.
And for Pearson IGCSEs this year and a couple of IA levels, we are in a position where we can do remote invigilation through Pearson.
Brilliant. I've heard
Just starting.
it was in the news, wasn't it, about remote
Yeah,
stuff?
remote
Yeah.
invigilation. And again, I will send you, there's a lot of information on the website, as there is for
Yeah.
everything. But again, the link so that anyone who's interested can have a look. But it's a very specific set of Pearson IGCSEs and a couple of Pearson IA levels. And
Yeah.
that's it. But it's a pilot. And it's great that we're involved in it.
That's amazing. So do you think it will roll out onto all the other subjects eventually, having that option?
it won't be our decision, and it all depends on
Mm,
how each year goes. So this is the second year of doing it. I would like to think so with
yeah,
regards to the IGCSE. I would like to think so, but it's quite a decent suite of subjects that are covered. So yeah, it is good.
yeah,
Um, which rolls me into then which exams are when? So the summer. Everyone always talks about the summer. I remember it when I was at school. We sat all our exams in
yeah,
the summer. So it's GCSEs and A levels, the full suite, and IGCSEs and IA levels. They're all available in the summer. It might be that there's the odd nuance that isn't available in one series compared to another, but the summer is your GCSEs and A levels
yeah,
in their entirety. And there's a big bank of Cambridge and Pearson international GCSEs and international A levels.
yes.
In
Busy
January,
time.
there's, sorry,
It's a busy time for you.
oh, that is very busy. So in January, there's a little suite of Pearson international A levels.
Mm.
And in the October November series, which we're just in the middle of at the moment, there's a Cambridge International series, there's a Pearson International series,
Hmm.
and then there's resits for
Yes.
GCSE Maths and English. So that, in a nutshell, is your three exam season. So
Mm.
pretty comprehensive Cambridge and Pearson International series in the November, resits for Maths and English GCSE, and then January, a small Pearson International A level, and in the summer, it's
Yeah.
just about everything. It's the full
Everything.
suite.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not everything every in November and
No,
no, not
no,
for normal
absolutely.
GCSE, but for international.
International is pretty much, it's not everything, but again, if you look on our deadline dates, the
Mm.
subjects for, say, for example, Pearson International GCSEs are listed next to for November what is available. So you
Okay.
can have a look there and
Yeah.
see. And of course, there's always, again, within our fees list, there's links to the awarding organisation timetables. So
Mm.
you can just go in there and check as well if you're.
Yeah.
But that's just an overview of pretty much how the
Yeah.
three seasons pan out. So you're thinking of sitting an exam. You're thinking you're going to come to a tutors and exams centre. Now, when you're applying online, we do offer centre visits. So they're at a mutually agreed time.
Yeah.
Candidate, mum, dad can all come along, have a little look around the centre, meet the team, and start to get familiar with the surroundings and the environment. Also, it's always good to plan the journey as well.
Yes.
Leave nothing to chance.
Yeah.
We we are also doing a set of open days in January, around the middle of January for all our centres for people. And you'll be able to, again, we'll be launching that through social media. And guess what? Through a blog on the website, we'll
Yeah.
no doubt be communicating to all our learning partners so that they can then forward on the
I might come
message.
to the Romford one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come and have a look. Come and have a
Yeah.
see. Meet the team. It's great. The open days, we just did them all in September, and it's great. You can come in. There's a presentation. You
Wow.
can ask questions within the audience of the presentation, or if you want to wait until afterwards, you can ask a question
Yeah.
on a one-to-one basis. We have someone representing our access arrangements team there, someone representing our NEA team will be there. So it's a great opportunity if you've
Mm.
got questions to come along. We open our
Yeah.
doors, and yeah, everyone can come along, have a look, and just get a feel
I
for
think
the
that's
exam
it's a
centre.
brilliant idea because I'd say even just sometimes it's the fear of not knowing, and if you can go and have a look at a place, and then it
Yeah,
just and
totally.
that journey, you need to
Journey,
do that.
plan your journey. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we do mock exams. So we do two types of mock exams. We do a marked mock and an unmarked mock. So
Okay.
and we're doing these in December and March. And you know what I'm going to say? There are further details on the website.
Yeah.
Again, I'll send you the link. But again, so the reason for doing that, so for mark mocks, there'll be people that want to know where they are on their academic journey. Are they on track? So they'll
Yes.
be able to sit. Generally, it's the lot paper from the summer that's just been. They can
Yeah.
sit that, and then they can get a real feel for where they are on their academic journey. For
Yeah.
some, it's just sitting and getting that exam experience,
Yeah.
Claire. I've never
Absolutely.
understood why the first exam you ever sit is the first exam you
Mm.
ever sit. So what I mean
It's
by that is do an unmarked mock or two. get a feel
Yeah,
for it. You come in,
absolutely.
you're registered in the normal way, you're taken into the exam room, you're read
Yeah.
all the instructions, you
Make sure you
sit your
bring the right
paper.
stuff with you as well.
Absolutely. It's all there and it's all designed to just provide a little bit more um, uh, understanding of the process if you've never sat an exam, or, and just to be able to feel more comfortable. So on the
Yeah.
day when your first exam, you know where you're going,
Yep.
been there, you've met the team,
Yeah.
you've maybe sat unmarked or marked, so that
Yeah.
when you come to sit the exam, it all aids that preparation
And
for those
a
terms,
lot of
doesn't
the
it?
people that contact us have like kids that have got high anxiety or
Yeah,
won't even leave
yeah,
the house, that sort of thing, or
yeah.
doing that, or just coming to the open day and then maybe a mock should help in a lot of ways to relieve.
One would like to think so,
Yeah.
definitely. And everybody's academic journey is different. I mean, you'll see you teach, so you will see that everybody's academic journey is different.
Yeah.
And some people come and we have a very, I guess I'll call it a broad church, basically. We have a very wide range of candidates. So this last summer, our youngest candidate who sat an IGCSE was 10. And our eldest candidate who sat A-level Latin was 74. And he
Wow.
used to teach A-level Latin and he just wanted to make sure he hadn't forgotten it. So it's everybody's unique. Now, for
Mm,
some people, sitting exams, they're looking for their nines, their A
mm,
stars.
mm.
They're on this upward trajectory, GCSEs, A levels, university, and onwards. Some maybe they're looking just for a nice, good bank of GCSEs or
Yes.
IGCSEs or A levels to continue on that academic journey.
Yeah,
And maybe for
absolutely.
some, and you've touched on it, maybe for some it perhaps it's just sitting the exam. That
Mm.
maybe that could be success. If you think of the challenges that what anxiety can also bring,
Yeah,
maybe. So again, going back to all these tools that we've put out there with regards to open days, centre visits,
yeah.
mock
It's all
exams,
there to help.
it's all there to help. And then,
Mm.
of course, on the big day when you come, we always like our candidates to be there 45 minutes before entry start time. So when you register and you book and you get and you've paid, important one, we then send out a link to a Tutors and Exams candidate hub, the tech. In there, that's where we post our joining instructions. Within the joining instructions, it will be confirmation of time to get there,
Yeah,
start times, address of the centre, although again, and you know what I'm going to say, on the website, there's details of every centre on our centre location page, including address,
yeah,
postcode, what 3 words, the whole lot.
yeah, the
So,
whole
and a
lot.
map,
So,
and a few pictures so that you think when you got there, you'll know you've got there. So it's all there. But within the tech, and then we'll put in the do's and the don'ts. So, don't take your mobile phone, don't take a watch into the exam, clear
yeah,
pencil case, clear water bottle, all of those things.
yeah.
And your timetable will be posted there as well. So, a lot of information goes in there, but that's all the information that you need. And then you come
What
and
is
sit your exams.
what is it now at the moment where if you need the toilet halfway through an
Yep.
exam?
Yep. If you need to go to the loo, you need to go to the loo. You'll be accompanied to the toilet, and obviously then you'll go to the toilet, and then you'll be
Yeah,
accompanied back to the exam room. People need to have a
yeah,
comfort
exactly.
break.
Yeah. So
It's
it's still exactly the same.
still exactly the same. That doesn't
Good.
change. You just need to put your hand up.
Yeah,
With regards to you, then sat your exams, Claire. We have results day, obviously, for the summers in August. Everyone, it's always big results day in August. And then you normally get the certificates about 15 weeks later. So it tends to be around about November. We
yeah.
get all the certificates from the awarding organisation and then we post them out. So
Okay.
something else that's really important is just remember that if you do move between having sat the exams and then going to
Mm.
get your certificates, please let us know your new
Yeah,
address because we send them to the wrong place.
yeah,
That's pretty much the journey from booking through to getting your certification at the end. And
yeah.
that is the process. We take care from the moment you book and you pay, we take care of that process of getting you registered, and obviously sending out your joining instructions, your timetable. We're there to host the exam for you. We
Amazing.
then your results in the tech, and then we send your certificate at the end. It's that whole journey is dealt with.
How long have you had your business?
Okay, so the business was founded in 2014 by Chris and Jenny.
Mm.
They They got about 25 years of experience working with awarding organizations and running exams in schools. So they were very, very knowledgeable and around exam hosting. And they had this vision that private candidates needed somewhere to sit exams.
Mm,
The first year in Coventry, I believe there was 36 candidates and it was deemed a success. From Coventry, we then opened a centre in Bolton. And then from Bolton, we opened a centre in Wimbledon. And
yeah,
then COVID struck. And then, of course, anybody that was engaged in doing exams in the years of the CAG and the TAG
yeah,
are probably just quietly twitching at the moment. I have no doubt, as that was a very challenging time. But we were delighted we were able to get a process agreed with the Department for Education, JCQ, and the awarding organisations to
yeah,
support private candidates. And then after COVID, we then opened in no particular order Doncaster, St Neots, High Wycombe, Romford, and most recently, oh, Taunton, and then most recently Birmingham.
yeah.
And yeah, and now we have 9. I mean, we can't be everywhere for everybody.
No, unfortunately
We
not.
just
No.
can't. We just can't. And and I appreciate if I'm watching this and I'm living in Truro or Canterbury or Newcastle or Whitehaven on
Mm,
the 4 points of the country, you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, Simon, thanks, Doncaster. That's about 2.5 hours away. But we can't be everywhere for everybody, but we are, and we have tried to be available or be near to as many as
many people
possible.
as possible. Yeah, sort of spread
Yeah.
yourself out as much as
Yeah,
possible.
we
Yeah,
have. I mean, I'll tell you a quick story about Doncaster. So we opened Doncaster, which was our fourth centre, and I got a phone call from a lady saying, Simon, when are you going to open a centre in the north? Now I live in West Sussex. I'm about 20 minutes from the south coast, and I was saying to her, well, Doncaster, that's south of Yorkshire. I mean, that's the north. And she went, no, no, Simon, the north. And I went, what do you mean? She went, Newcastle. And I went, ah, okay, right. And I and then fast forward a couple of years, my youngest daughter gets accepted to go to Newcastle University, and we're driving up that first time, South Coast, around the N25, up the M1, A1, go past
yeah.
Doncaster. 2.5 hours later, we get to Newcastle. And at that
Um,
moment, I fully understood
it
what
is
that
up
lady
north.
said
Yeah.
when she said, when are
When
you
they say
coming north?
anything past Milton Keynes is north, it's like no.
But it still read
Yeah,
well. I mean, that must have been, well, gosh, probably good 2.5 years ago, and that
yeah,
conversation still resonates with me now. So,
yeah.
but yeah, so
Have you got
that is
plans
the
for any other
exam.
centres to open?
Not at this moment in time. We're no, not right now. We have only opened Birmingham in December, so December before last. So
Yeah,
Birmingham's not even 12 months old. So we do like these things just to bed in, and then
yeah.
we'll. No, we never say never. And I can't believe for 1 minute that, of course, we are just about, well, we have just announced on our social media, and we will be giving you all the information, but we are just opening a super centre in Mitcham, which is just 0.7 of a mile from Wimbledon. So what
Right.
we found over the years is that Wimbledon is just SW19, large, a lot of people live in London, don't they, and the surrounding area. And
Yeah,
we've just found over the last couple of years that the demand for Wimbledon has grown exponentially. And
yeah.
so we have literally just opened a super centre in Mitcham that can seat 380 candidates.
Whoa.
Yeah. Many rooms. So
Yeah.
it's not like this. It's not like the old school hall where you walked in there when I sat O levels, that carbon
I
dates.
know. Even that though,
Yeah.
it's if it's
And you
nice
just
quiet
couldn't.
little rooms, that helps people because I think going into a massive hall with loads
Yeah.
of people.
So there's many rooms of many sizes, and that's the same for all of our 9 centres. Actually, we don't have what I call a large room.
Mm,
There's nothing like a sports hall that sits 400
mm,
candidates. We might have a room that sits 80, but we'll also have rooms that sit 10.
yeah.
So, they're varying size rooms, but even our large, bit of feedback we had from our open days was, I was at Taunton and showing around the rooms, and a woman said, "Gosh, even your big room doesn't feel like a big room."
That's really
So,
nice
and I
as
think that
well.
really helps.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
really helps people. I really do, Claire.
Mm.
So yeah, that is pretty much tutors and exams. We also do functional skills, AAT.
Yep. No,
Just so
I've
that
got
you're
that
aware, functional
on the
skills
website. Yeah.
with
You do
Pearson,
11
level one.
plus.
We don't, not at the moment.
Yeah.
If you think you might have a demand for it, our door is always
Oh,
open to a
where I
conversation.
am in Southend, where I'm, we've got 4 grammar schools, and they do it all. But it was
Right.
just on the just
Yeah,
yeah.
no. But if there's, as with anything, we're always interested in a conversation. If anyone's got a thought, we never
Yeah.
we never say never. But yes,
Never say
so
never.
in answer to your, are we opening another centre? Well, we did Birmingham last December. We're just launching our super centre in Mitcham. But geographically, that's obviously very close to Wimbledon. So whilst it is a new centre, it's the same catchment area, but it's just enabling more flexibility. But then I'm sure at some point, Claire, we will look where we're not and see what we
No.
can do.
I love the one thing. I'm very visual, so you've got a list of your centres, and I
Yep,
like to. Is there a map with them all
there
on?
is. There is
Yeah.
indeed. There is a
So
map where
that's.
you can see.
I'm gonna.
There's
I'm
also
gonna.
also plots the science labs on there as well, so you can see it
Yeah.
all on there.
I think that's in the brochure actually, but I'm gonna put that on the website as well because then we can see where where there's a gap missing. We can suggest. Yeah.
Well, when you look, it's kind of if I'm when you look at the centre. So what I mean by the centre is the Midlands, and
Hmm.
then like High Wycombe, St Neots,
Yeah.
Southwest. And London, well, South London,
Yeah.
that's all looped in. It's to me, it's probably
The
the
extremity.
extremities.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Southend. Would be kind of quite
Very
nice,
good.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, I, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, watch
The
this space,
international the
people. What
international sign for here.
well, there's so many as well. The other thing is there's so many like empty shops and things like that. And I'm like, what at the end of the day, what could you put in those that, you know, and it could be something like a tuition centre stroke exam centre
Yeah.
that could be used. I don't know, my brain's ticking now. Yeah, do a little franchise deal. All good.
Uh,
But even in Southend, there's like 3,000 home ed families.
yeah.
So there is a need. I mean, or they could travel to Romford, and I think there's one school here that do private candidates. But I'll have to do
Rom-
a bit of research, see what else there is here. But
Romford's proved very popular, and as you say, from those coming in from that neck of the woods,
yeah,
definitely, yeah,
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
yeah. Watch this space.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Let me just get National Tutors up and running first, and then
Yeah,
we can do something maybe.
perfect.
Right,
Perfect.
I don't think there was any. I think we pretty much answered everything. It's
Brilliant.
it's it's brilliant though, and yes, I will put all your web links and stuff like that on the website. It will be on every single page on the website. Just look up Exam Centre, and you'll find it on the website eventually when I get around to it.
So I'll send you a load of links for all the things that we've
Yeah,
touched on today, and then that'll give anybody who's interested some additional, the next layer of detail.
yeah. What would be your key bit of advice about exams? Doing these private exams.
Key bit of advice: book early.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as you
Soon
book
as you
that
can.
course.
Book your exam. Don't leave it to the last minute.
No.
A, because why pay more than you need
Yeah.
to? But B, especially if you're doing maths and English GCSE, they
Yeah.
are
And
busy,
you need
busy
specific
days.
access as well. You need to
Yeah,
you want a
access
physical
arrangements as
room.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
just book early. Start thinking about it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do not,
Brilliant.
please don't go lastminute.com.
I say that. I go lastminute.com as well. You can't say it. Oh, dear.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's amazing. That's brilliant. And again, I'll put this video on our YouTube channel as well, so everyone can have a little watch. And I will recommend it to anyone that is inquiring about exam centres. But yeah, thank you so much, Simon. It's been
It's my pleasure.
very
It's lovely
informative.
to help. No, thank you so much for inviting me along.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's great to work with you as well. It's like it's the
Likewise.
whole path now. It's like from signing
Yeah.
up, doing the courses, taking the exam. It's all there in
Perfect.
one website, kind of
Excellent.
via. You have to go off to your one, but it's all there to help.
Yeah,
Right, I'm going
that's
to stop
absolutely
recording now. But
okay.
thank you very much.